In the heart of summer, as evening falls, heavy rain suddenly pours down. The sky is overcast, and dark clouds hang low over the majestic palace walls. The once resplendent palaces are now cast in shadow, looking like enormous cages, imprisoning those within. Inside a spacious and gloomy bedroom, the curtains are old and covered in thick dust. Despite the hot weather, a chill lingers. Clothes and jewelry are scattered on the floor, as if a great disaster has just occurred. A woman, Amelia, kneels on the ground, looking up at the person in front of her. Although only in her 30s, her face is as haggard as that of an old woman, filled with deep resentment. Her eyes are like a dried-up well, unable to shed tears but full of bottomless hatred. A eunuch, impatiently holding a white silk scarf, urges, "Madam, please. I'm waiting to report back to the emperor." Amelia looks at the eunuch and says hoarsely, "Little Lee, when I promoted you, you were just a lackey by eunuch Gao's side." The eunuch replies arrogantly, "Madam, times have changed. Times have changed." Amelia murmurs, then suddenly laughs loudly. Just because of these words, those who were once respectful to her can now order her around. Because of this, she is about to be hanged with a white silk scarf. When did these changed times start? Was it when Lady May entered the palace, when the crown prince was deposed, or when the eldest princess died on her way to a forced marriage? Perhaps it was when Amelia returned to the palace after 5 years as a hostage in the Qin state. The door of the bedroom creaks open, and a pair of embroidered boots stops in front of Amelia. Above them is the hem of a bright yellow robe. The emperor, Derek, says, "For the 20 years you've been with me, I grant you a whole body death. Give thanks." Amelia looks up at the man she has loved for 20 years. He is still as handsome as ever, but now he shows no mercy. Amelia asks, "Why?" Derek doesn't answer. She then asks, "Why did you massacre my family?" In the past, during the power struggle among the princes, Amelia, in love with Derek, the Prince of Ding, married him against her family's wishes, tying her family to him. She wholeheartedly assisted Derek to the throne. When Derek ascended the throne, he made her the queen. But later, to borrow troops, Amelia volunteered to be a hostage in the Qin state. When she returned 5 years later, Lady May, a beautiful and talented woman, had already entered the palace. Lady May gave birth to a son for Derek, and this son, Lucas, was deeply favored by the emperor. In contrast, Amelia's son, the crown prince Guy, was not. Derek once said in front of all the court officials that Guy was too gentle and Lucas resembled him more, indicating his intention to change the crown prince. Lady May also instigated Derek to marry their daughter, Princess Charlotte, to the Hun. Charlotte died on the way, and Amelia was powerless. Finally, Derek issued an imperial decree. The Amelia's family was accused of rebellion. The crown prince was deposed and committed suicide, and Amelia, the queen, was also to be deposed and given a white silk scarf. Amelia questions Derek, listing all the things she has done for him and his empire. Derek coldly replies that his father had planned to deal with the powerful families like her family, and he had already shown great mercy by sparing them for 20 years. Amelia accuses him of using the Amelia's family's military power during the power struggle and then betraying them. Derek, angry at being exposed, leaves. Just then, Lady May arrives, looking elegant in a goose yellow dress. Behind her are Caroline and Diana, Amelia's cousins. They reveal that their families had long ago made an agreement with Derek. They had been waiting for this moment, and they were the ones who provided evidence to frame the Amelia's family. Amelia is shocked and realizes that she has been betrayed on all sides. Lady May then signals the eunuch to execute Amelia. As she struggles, Amelia silently swears that if there is an afterlife, she will make them all pay. Amelia wakes up in a large, black, and white mansion. It's her family's residence. The rain has just stopped, and raindrops roll off the banana leaves. She sees her 2 maids, Emily and Emma, who died tragic deaths in her previous life. She is confused at first, thinking it's a hallucination before death. But when she sees her own tender and delicate hands, different from the rough ones in her previous life, she realizes she has been reborn. She asks for a mirror and sees her youthful face, the face she had when she was 14 years old, the year she first met Derek. She remembers that in this life, Caroline pushed her into a pond. After waking up, no one believed her when she accused Caroline. Now, she understands that her aunts and the old lady had been deliberately spoiling her to make her seem incompetent and foolish. Just then, a maid announces that Diana is coming to visit. Emily and Emma are worried as they know Diana may not have good intentions. Diana, looking elegant in a pink dress, comes to the bedside and starts to plead for Caroline. She mentions Derek on purpose, trying to provoke Amelia. In her previous life, this would have made Amelia angry. But now, Amelia, with the memories of her previous life, remains calm. She smiles and says that the incident had nothing to do with Caroline and that she wants to rest. Diana is surprised by Amelia's reaction. After Diana leaves, Emma comments on Diana's malicious intentions, and Amelia remarks that Diana wants to profit from the conflict between her and Caroline. Amelia realizes that Caroline pushed her because she expressed her wish to marry Derek. And Diana was jealous because she also loved Derek. Now that she has a second chance, Amelia decides to make them pay for what they did to her and her family in the previous life. She will use their love for Derek against them and start to repay the blood debt owed by the second and third branches of her family. In the early autumn, as the geese in the north fly south in a row across the vast sky, the leaves in the courtyard, which were lush in summer, begin to wither. The colorful fish in the pond seem colder than usual. Amelia, a young girl, has her long black hair styled in a lulu bun, adorned with a delicate coral hairpin. Her figure is gracefully outlined in a deep, red, silk, embroidered dress with cloud and wild goose patterns. Janine gently drapes a brocade, embroidered cloak over Amelia, saying, "Miss, you're still not fully recovered. Be careful not to catch a cold." Amelia shakes her head. She is shorter than Diana and Caroline, with a round face. Due to her timid nature, she looks even younger than her actual age, like an 11 or 12-year-old. But today, there is something different about her. Jacqueline notices this change. Amelia, with her fair complexion, stands there quietly, looking at the sky with a somewhat indifferent yet nostalgic expression. She has a new, found sense of dignity, as if she has suddenly acquired an elegant and noble air overnight. Amelia has been standing in the courtyard, lost in thought since breakfast. When Jacqueline asks what she is looking at, Amelia replies softly, "I'm just wondering if these geese flying from the north to the south pass over the deserts in the northwest." The Northwest Desert is where her father, Kerwin, is stationed, along with her mother and elder brother. The family letter received last month said that while it was just getting cold in the capital, the Northwest was already covered in withered grass and snow.